Ric Flair would say, what a result! What a result! Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to Toffee Bluecast match reaction. Get involved in the comments. The score was Aston Villa, yes, at their home turf, 0. Everton, yes, away. Go and take the 1. Everton, we did it 1-0. And it should have been 2-0, but we'll get into that. Paul, I did a Toffee Bluecast live watch on the TikTok, and I'm happy. I've got the bone and arrows out. I was like doing the Barry celebration, mate. I was just loving it. Just doing the Barry celebration about 100 times. It's a good celebration, to be fair. It's not as good as Tim Cale's, but the bone and arrow is pretty decent. But yeah, Paul, talk to me. Woo!
Chuffed. None of us, I think, were particularly confident, really. Some of us went for defeat. I went for a draw myself, and I was surprised, 1, at how good we were, and 2, at how bad Villa were. They had plenty of shots, they just couldn't get many on target, and the ones that we did, we had England's number 1, tipping them over the bar and pushing them to one side, and every other shot was either blocked or flying over for row Z. So chuffed a bit, and it's Everton all over, isn't it? We can balls things up relatively badly against teams we think we should be winning and beating, and then we go to a team and don't do that, and then we go away to a team who've won 11 on the bounce, are up for a title challenge of sorts, and we end up beating them 1-0 and win away again. So pretty good, I'm feeling.
I did say I fancied this game. I really did fancy this game. And when I was literally on that live watch before we even started, a few Aston Villa fans come on, giving it large, saying we're going to batter you. And I said, no, you're not. Let's go then. Let's have it out. I said, let's go. A lot of people saying you're going to get spanked. I was like, come on then. You think we're going to get spanked? Let's see. And as they were saying it, Paul, in the game, we started well. So I felt confident because we was in their half quite a lot at the start of the game. And the Villa fan in the comments said, we often don't start well. We did start well. We got a lot of corners at the start of the game, pinned them back, and we was really on it from minute 1. And we looked, to me, as a team that was on a mission to say to the Everton fans, I'm sorry for playing so crap in the cup. These players looked like they was just wanted to actually pull the socks up today and show themselves. And I didn't massively expect it, to be fair, with the lineup. I was a bit like, I always want them to fight with all of them, Mike. Of course I do. But I knew it was going to be an hard game, and they come out all guns blazing today. And I love that. And we come out well. We come out well. I mean, I can't remember the exact time, but that Merlin roll attempt was probably about 13 minutes in or something like that, wasn't it? And that was unbelievable.
Seconds.
13 seconds.
It was. I think that's the initial plan, isn't it? What they do from the kickoff. Do you remember when Decore scored after 10 seconds against Spurs? I think it was. And yeah, that's what we tend to do off the kickoff. And we nearly did it again.
It looked in though, didn't it? It looked like it was a side netting, like the inside of the post and in. It really did. Merlin Roll couldn't have hit it better. And it's one of them, sometimes when a player hits the post, obviously when you try and score, right, when you try and put your shot in, you want your shot to be a good shot. So you want it to be as close to the post as going in as you can, so it looks like it's proper in the corner. That's what you look like when you're shot. It's like when you go top corner, Paul, you want it to hit the top corner joint, don't you? So when you strike the ball, you want it to go right in the bottom, so it looks like the keeper couldn't save it. And the commentators will say that was impossible to save. So for me, Merlin Roll hit it exactly how he wanted to hit it and put it exactly where he wanted to hit it. You're talking probably that much of the post. If it in the pot that much, it's a goal. And really unlucky. Like you can't say, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. He'd done everything perfect. The touch was perfect. The strike was perfect. He got the shot in early perfect. And Merlin Roll deserved to score. We should have been 1-0 up at that point, but you just got to say unlucky. But it was a cracking bit of play by us and a cracking attempt. And it got us going, didn't it? That did. That's what we needed.
Yeah. And there we point out, as Liam says, 4 goals for Barry now. joint top goal scorer with a couple of others, and 3 goals in the last 4 league games. Unbelievable.
We did say on the pre-match, once we started talking about other strikers, our strikers would step up, and no surprise, it happened. We actually did say that. I mean, we spoke about the Merlin Roll chance. We'll move on now to the Jake O'Brien chance, because I've never been so angry. Like, I was fuming.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't think that was. I don't think Armstrong's done enough there to stop the goal from being a goal for me personally. Player wasn't even marking him. Different player for me. Maybe should have been onside. Yeah, bit lazy not getting back onside from Armstrong. But the player, that did not affect Jake O'Brien's header. You're not telling me if Armstrong didn't do that they would have marked Armstrong and stopped that header. I do not think that in a million years.
No, I don't. The thing is, it doesn't need to be that. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be impeding anybody as such. He needs to make a movement towards the ball. I think he needs to make some sort of attempt, and he jumped, and he wasn't a million miles away from the ball. So I can understand why it wasn't given. I'm probably in the minority there, but I can understand why that one wasn't given, which is a shame because O'Brien's header was class, really, absolutely perfect, and the cross was a good one, which we didn't have many of, but that cross was one of the best ones.
Yeah, it was a cracking cross. I just think it's stupid. I think the rules are crap, to be fair. They need looking at again sometime. I just think it wasn't, for me, it just wasn't interfering with play. It's whether you're interfering with the play where the goal gets scored. And for me, Armstrong was not interfering with that part of the play it scored. I was really frustrated because I think that was a cracking goal by Jake O'Brien. And come at me now in the comments, people. Come at me now if you're against me here. Jake O'Brien needs to start centre-back, right? He is a fantastic centre-back. He's played twice centre-back now, and it's the best we've played in defence. Like, we've been incredible when he's got to play centre-back. And Michael Keane, I've got nothing against him, by the way. He's played good centre-back as well, but we are better with Tarkowski and Jake O'Brien. They're a better partnership. Tarkowski plays better with Jake O'Brien. It's factual. And some of the times that they was going through today, Paul, Jake O'Brien's speed on the sprint to stop him, I felt comfortable. I felt safe. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference between Jake O'Brien and Michael Keane. If there's a ball over the top or behind you, because this is the thing, right? They did that ball once, right? Behind us. Jake O'Brien bombed it and showed he's got the speed to do it. They didn't try it again. It gets rid of it then, doesn't it? They stop trying it because they think, bloody hell, that centre-back's got a bit of speed. We see it with the Tottenham centre-back. And Jake O'Brien has got speed, by the way. He's got on a sprint. He's got speed, and he was fantastic today, Jake O'Brien. And I think it's harsh if you take him away from centre back, Paul, after playing that well, because he was incredible today. He really was.
I agree, and it's not about just pace as well. It's where you put yourself, it's your positioning and awareness of where the striker is. Because Watkins and a few of the other lads for Villa are proper nippy, you know. And even Tarks, who's not as fast, maybe, still had a couple of occasions where he had to put his body in the right place and shield that ball, and they were very good at doing it. So absolute cake. Back four were immense, and so were the lads in the middle. Really,
it's because at the end we was up against it. It was defending for our lives, and it's one of them where you're defending for your lives and you're absolutely pooing yourself, but you trust them a little bit. Do you know what I mean, Paul? You know it could end up in the back of your net, but you're secretly thinking, yeah, we're defending good here, but it could bite you in the arse thinking that. And we're defending really good, and we are. Blocks, tackles. Sometimes I didn't like that we was letting them shoot on the edge of the box. I think that needs to get closed down. There was a moment where they chipped it back post edge of the box and they hit the crossbar. And that I did say this on the channel, didn't I, Paul? Anything on the edge of the box, we have to close down, because that's what we struggle with sometimes. We let them on the edge of the box have time. If you let them have time on the wings to cross the ball, fair enough. It's harder to cross in from the wing. But if you let them on the edge of the box have time, Paul, they can find that cutting pass on the keeper, and that was a bit stupid from us.
Yeah, in a game like that, you're going to ride your luck a little bit. I think the other occasions when we've stopped them, we've done our bit for stopping them in blocking the shots and everything else. That's fair enough. That's down to our defence and working hard and anticipating and everything else. But you do need that little bit of luck where, you know, Rodgers has an off night and misses 5 shots which happened, and that header that goes just high enough to hit the bar and then just to bounce down to nobody is key. It's just absolutely vital. And sometimes you have the luck and sometimes you don't. And plenty of times we haven't. But that was massive. That was absolutely massive today.
We spoke about the Merlin Roll chance and the O'Brien goal. Going back to Merlin Roll, he looked a lot sharper today, Paul, wasn't it? It wasn't just his chance. He looked on it today, Merlin Roll, didn't he? He looked like that German player that we all wanted. He looked a bit faster, sharper, getting in the tackles, could hold the ball up really well. He looked, I don't know what, like obviously he had a hernia operation and it can take time to be sharp again. But he looked like he was back to when we first saw him and all got excited, Merlin Roll. He was a lot better today. A lot better. I don't know what's happened. He maybe just got a bit fitter in the extra week or something.
Bit fitter and maybe in more of a position that's got support. He was alongside James Garner today. He wasn't in that 10 where there is a lot of responsibility and an awful lot of physical work as well. There is obviously physical work next to James Garner, but at least you've got someone alongside, sort of pulling the strings. And it must be easy to play on the pitch when you're playing alongside James Garner, who's having such a great game. I mean, he got man of the match on the feed that I was on, obviously the show that I was watching, and I would imagine that he got man of the match in most of the other ones as well. So it must be easier for Roll to come in and do that role with James Garner next to you. So he's put a case in to be starting in the next one. If Rubenham's fit and someone else comes back, then Garner may come back for Leeds week tomorrow. Roll's given David Moyes something to think about anyway, because I thought he was decent as well.
Yeah, and Armstrong as well played really well in there as well. It was a good trio today. It was actually the trio in the centre that I wanted to see last game, but didn't. Jack Grealish is massive. Some people that say on X, I wouldn't take it up with Man City to sign Jack Grealish. I think, you're absolutely losing the plot there, because Jack Grealish just makes such a difference when he plays for us. At the end of the game there, where you need to get the ball up the top of the pitch, the way he draws fouls in and holds the ball up and gets us up the pitch, we're twice the team as we ever are when we've got Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is our man. We are a better team with Jack Grealish in the squad, honestly. They struggle with him. Cash is a really good right back that would be bombing it forward all the time, but luckily he struggled with Jack Grealish, which stopped that down the right-hand side. And Jack Grealish, people don't realise that. Jack Grealish, because he's so good and wins the battle down his side, he often stops such good players coming down our right-hand side because he wins the battle. And he was fantastic today as well, Jack Grealish. Shout out to him, because I don't think sometimes he gets credit he deserves, Paul, just because he doesn't score as much as people want or assist as much. But he does assist, I think. But we are better with him. If Jack, as I said, Paul, if Jack Grealish was playing that cup game, we would have won. I really do think we would have, because he just.
Well, yeah, there's a fair chance, and he was getting. I think he was getting frustrated. He doesn't like the work as much off the ball. He likes to have the ball, doesn't he? Yeah, but he did. He wound them up quite a bit. He nipped past one or two tackles and won us a lot of free kicks. I'm surprised more people didn't get booked, to be fair, because he did seem to. He did seem to sort of get hacked by Rodgers quite a lot, and I think one lad got booked. Was it Bogard got booked? I think possibly second half, but he does what he does. I just like him to just get away from some defenders sometimes, and have those shots. He tried once. It was in the first half, and he was one-on-one with Matty Cash. Sort of did a move to go on his right-hand side, but Cash read it, and he still shot. We got a corner out of it, fair dues, but he's just not quite getting away from defenders at key times, is he? That's just the thing that we hope that he can start doing a little bit more. But again, another player who had a great game for us.
Just why I completely agree with you. Just why we're. If you're all on now, over 40 people on, if you are on right now, can I just give you a couple of seconds to make sure you do like the stream and subscribe? And while you do that, we're just going to celebrate Everton winning, people. Europa League charge, Paul. Back on that Europa League charge. Do make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're back on the train, mate. We might get that hope again this time. Was it the third time lucky, maybe? But we are back on the charge.
Possibly. This is
We'll have a look at the league, won't we, in a minute?
This is the current table, actually. So there we go. Let's get rid of that a sec. So yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. 10th on 32, 3 points behind Man U in 5th on 35.
3 points behind 5th.
You know, we've got 9 wins out of 22. We've lost 8, which is the most of anyone. Oh, sorry, actually Brentford have lost 9. So apart from that, you know, we have lost a few, but goal difference -1. I mean, the goals end up being a good indicator, to be fair, but everyone around us is pretty similar. So when you look at that form, it's not too bad. I was actually looking at the form, and I had a look at the form table first of all, which is that's where we are in the last 5 games. Now we've sort of looked at the games in the last, you know, sort of pre-match shows in the last 2 or 3 games, and it's not been the nicest. I think it's because we feel as though we've missed opportunities, but we're still 5th in the form table. You know, only United, Newcastle, Arsenal, others. We're ahead of Liverpool in that. We're ahead of Villa now, obviously, Chelsea, Spurs, all of those ones. City, who are 12th, by the way. So form-wise, we're doing a decent job.
It does make you think like this is the reason we're frustrated. I mean, some people say, "Look, we're still doing okay." See, you was moaning for no reason. Well, imagine where we could have been if we did win those easy games that we had. You know what I mean? That's what makes you think. Like, because we're saying now 3 points and we would have been 5th. So just one of those stupid losses, if that didn't happen, then we bloody would have been sitting 5th now comfortably. So
yeah, this is the reason why, and the fact that this is the away table. So we're 5th in that. We're obviously pretty strong away. It's only City, Villa, Spurs, and Arsenal who are better than us. I mean, we're as good as City at the moment away from home. So that's where we're strong. This is the bit that we need to improve on.
Yeah,
that's the home. That's home form. That's the home table. So 14th in that. So not the best. 15 points from 11 games at home. And if you think of the games that we've had recently as well, obviously our Burnley away, Forest away, draw and a win, but then Brentford at home, Wolves was at home as well, wasn't it? 1-1. So there's games in there that we thought being at home, it might actually benefit us, but we also go out the cup as well. So it's trying to turn that, it's trying to turn Hill Dickinson into a place where we want to play there more than the opposition. And at the moment, in terms of results, it doesn't really, performances, it doesn't really show that. So, you know, we've got to do what we can as supporters, and we do. But the players have got to address it as well. And together we've got to get the home form up the table. Because if we can keep doing what we're doing away, and we can improve that home form, I'm not saying Europe, but I'm certainly saying a more consistent run of games, without a doubt.
I have got a plan though, Paul. I have got a plan. What we need to do at the Hill Dickinson Stadium is we need to just give our own fans 25% a seat, and that's it. And then give the away team 75%, just to reverse it. So then when we play at home, it'll be playing away. We're sorted. Do you know what I mean? That's what we've got to do. Because clearly, when we play at home, our fans, I don't know what happens when we're at home. It's just different. It is. And you know what? I don't go to every game, but I go to enough games to know that when you're away, you stand up, you sing all the way through, and you're putting no pressure on the players whatsoever. But I know when you're at home sometimes, even if you sit there, right, and you say nothing as a fan, the players on the pitch can still feel the hostile pressure of you saying nothing at home. So it's not even getting on to the players. It's just like, I think also the players they got to take responsibility as well, because they feel because they're at home, it's our home and they've got to bring something different. Away is always a free ride, it feels like sometimes, and players just play better away. We are better away. I've said it on the channel loads, and I was confident, Paul, when we was away, because I know we're good away. I know we are. I know we go with our group of fans that are good away. We're quite loud away, to be fair, but it's at their ground, and you feel like when we go to Aston Villa, right? We'll go to Aston Villa and play away, and if the pressure's on the Aston Villa players like us at home, because if the Aston Villa don't do what those fans want, the fans show it a little bit, and then the players get worse, and the fans show it more, and the players get worse, and it's just a hostile thing from player to fan of just, you can feel it getting worse, falling to pieces. And that's you could see that happen with Aston Villa today a little bit, and we're the same at home as well. We really are. We just it's not, we haven't got that thing at home where we just sing at home all the way through, no matter how they play. And then the fans, and then the players don't feel the pressure and just boom and just go with the songs. I don't know how we do it, Paul, where we can be comfortable at home, but we're not at the minute. We really ain't. And other teams are picking it up, Paul, as well.
Yeah, that first 20 minutes I felt was really strange, because it was pretty much they were waiting for us to go on to them, and it almost seemed like a bit of a chess game, and that suited us. If anything, if they'd come out the blocks early doors, they could. I mean, by the end, we could have been blowing a bit, but I don't think we actually were. I thought fitness-wise, we kept up with them, and they surprised me. They really did, because they weren't quick in doing anything. And like you said, their idea of a title charge trying to get that top two.
Second place if they drew today.
And the fans sort of thinking they can do, that was the pressure on them. And in some ways, that's us at our place. We tend to have a little bit of a pressure on us, or it looks as though the players feel that anyway. So then we play against someone we feel as though we should win, like they feel as though they should beat us today. And we end up playing like that, and the opposition getting one or two little chances, which is exactly what Barry did today. Fair play to him, jumping around and trying to get blocks here, there, and everywhere, and a great finish. And we didn't have many shots, but also they didn't have lots of shots on target, really. So, you could tell the pressure was definitely on them, and it helped us.
It's interesting because Tazal says here in the comments, get your comments coming in, people. There's plenty on. We do appreciate your comments. We're all together, right? Think we need to play the same style. We play at home. We play away at home. We play to open at home, and I do think on the comment that comes after us, right? If we try to play that way at home, the fans will get onto the players being too negative.
Yeah,
and I do think that. I think when we feel entitled sometimes at home that we should see good football, and I think the players think that they need to show us good football at home, when it should just be about just getting the result. Because at the end of the day, all we care about is going home with that 3 points in our pocket. That's all we care about. And maybe because I think Moyes did say one game that we played at home where we got battered that he wished he didn't leave it so open, because Moyes doesn't like letting other teams win easy. So maybe that's something that we need to look at. That's what Moyes' goal will be now. Moyes' goal will be, right, we're playing good away. He's confident we're playing good away. So it could be worse. We could be playing like bad at both, but at least Moyes can now transfer the away form into the home. It shouldn't be that way around. It's weird, isn't it? You should be better at home.
Yeah, it is odd. And I mean, the season with COVID, or the one after, I suppose, basically when we were doing really well because no one was in the ground. And I think Calvert-Lewin had his best run as well. It obviously does affect you, because if you look at the points difference from that season, a lot of teams did do much better away. So it can affect the players. It seems to affect the players. I think the way around it is if you include some lads who maybe don't get the chances as regular as others, but are those sorts of players who can try and take their chance, and then people get off their seats, a little bit like Aston, in the cup, or people who are willing to take a chance to try and get themselves noticed. They're the things that sort of get the crowd going, or a strong tackle at one particular point. Do you know what I mean? And get the crowd going in that respect. Whereas Villa didn't really do that today as much, certainly in that first half, because they were just very laboured and passing the ball around very slowly, in the fact that they looked as though, or they tried to sort of find the spaces within us, but we were really compact. And sometimes when we play that at home, the crowd get a little bit, oh, come on then, someone do something. So you need players in the side who are going to try and do something instead of just keep hold of the ball and then pass it back and not make a mistake.
Yeah, like you say, you got to get the crowd on your side straight away. You literally got to do something in the first 5 minutes. Moy should say that in the first couple of minutes. Just put that. And I said it happened today with Merlin Roll. Merlin Roll, that shot that he had earlier on, got the shot in straight away. We mentioned the stadium last time. I believe that they should have put more of the hardcore Evertonians together, because they said in the comments we're amazing away when we're away, and we know it as well. Sometimes when we played away, our singers have overpowered the home fans. Like we're massive when we're away.
Oh.
So I would literally try and just find those away fans and say, right, you're going all together in the new stadium. Because even if the other part of the new stadium isn't singing, Paul, you'll always have that group that's singing and it catches on. That's what it does. Other football grounds I've been to, that's what it does as well. So I do think they should. They've got that wrong in the new ground, in my opinion. They have got that wrong. The seating's not right. Because when you go away, Paul, you're going away, you're making the effort to go away, and when you go to away games, sometimes you don't sit down. You're standing up all the way through the game. You're just singing all the way through the game, and you're standing up. You often don't take a seat. Where when you're at home, sometimes all these people that want to sing are split up, and you don't get the same thing. So it needs to get looked at for me.
The thing on the standing up, South Stand, as far as I'm aware, is designated standing. You know what I mean? It's safe standing. So anyone who tells people to sit down in the South Stand, they're quite within their rights. Hey, if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. But they're quite within their rights to stand up. But when you do change to a new stadium, you're not always going to have the same people sat in the same places. Do you know what I mean? In the next place. So it takes time to get what we had, and arguably we'll never have what we had at Goodison. It will be different. It can't be exactly the same. It's impossible. But we can still make it a good place to have as a home ground. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Comments flooding in, people. So we kind of spoke about most of the build-up. Now we'll move on to Tiano Barry's goal. Right, good shot by McNeil. Poor goalkeeping, surprisingly, because he's a world-class goalkeeper, in my opinion. We said how good he was on the pre-match. Poor goalkeeper.
I think reverse psychology that was, Dan.
I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start saying players are good, and then hopefully the opposite. I do it with our players, and it always happens. I'm going to say ours are crap, and then they'll be good. But yeah, reverse psychology on this one. Goalkeeper needs. I think he's tried to catch it. I think he's tried to be cocky, the goalkeeper, and he's palmed it out. Because he's better. He is actually good at catching. I think he's tried to do something he didn't even need to try. Just needs to palm the ball away. The goalkeeper does. But it's not even the best shot by McNeil. I'm glad he's got it on target. We always say get the shot on target, which McNeil's good at doing. And fair play to McNeil, because I didn't have him in my squad, but he's a part of the goal, so I have to give him credit for that. And then Tiano Barry jumping on the knockdown, keeps himself on side, which I think is massive, because I think we're all watching that Tiano Barry situation and thinking, I bet he's off. But no, when the show was back, he's actually on side. And I didn't think the finish was going in. I'm not going to lie. It was like the most slow-mo thing I've ever watched in my life, the Tiano Barry goal. I was thinking, what's happening here? Is he going to finish it from that angle? I didn't think it was going in. And it does loop in, and it's a cracking finish. And I don't know what Tiano Barry's doing. Is he saying, like, did you doubt me? Or is he saying, was it my goal? Or it was a really confusing celebration at first, Paul. It confused me. But what a goal. What a time to come.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do think to yourself, after hitting the post, after Jake O'Brien's goal getting disallowed, which I think was allowed, and you think, Paul, all our chance, this isn't our day. We've had our chances. That's it. We don't get many more chances than this. And you don't think we're going to get another, but we did. And we kept going, didn't we? That's the thing. We didn't let it bother us that things wasn't going our way.
No, and I often have a moan about goalkeepers maybe not trying to hold on to the ball. That was one that he should have. Well, he could have held on to if he'd done it properly. But the fact that he's then done that, I mean, it's wet for a starter, so maybe that's why it's happened. It wasn't the best shot in the world.
Which
is it makes the shot look as though it looked better than it actually was. But hey, you know what? Initially, even before McNeil got the ball off their centre-back's mistake, Barry was the one doing a jump in front of the defender and then it ricocheting and then bobbling around. So fair play to Barry for just being trying to do something and then being the quickest to react as well. So, and the chip finish was awesome. The lad on the line nearly hooked it off, which would have been equally as unbelievable. But Barry probably arguably had his best game. Certainly one of his best games that he's had for us, which he needed, especially after the cup game.
We did say obviously it's interfered with the with this channel because we would have done live watch on the Senegal game, which is going on now, Ghana Gate and Iliman Ndiaye. And someone's just said my new striker that's coming to Everton's on the bench. That is going on now. I hope Ghana Gate and Iliman Ndiaye do it. We would have done a live watch on it if we could, but it'd be hard work, I think, to have done it. I already did a live watch just earlier on this game on the Toffee Bluecast TikTok to get it booming. But yeah, it's when you think about it now, though, that result, and you know you've got, God bless fucking Iliman Ndiaye and Ghana Gay. Sorry, I swear that. But God bless them too. I want them to come back fit now. Don't go all the way through AFCON okay and then get injured last game in this final, right? Hope they come back fit. But we've got Branthwaite to come back. We've got Ghana Gay to come back. We've got Iliman Ndiaye to come back. And we actually played well this game. I think it would be harsh to take anyone out of that, change that lineup. And Patterson's been fantastic, by the way. If you're looking for a right back, we've got a Glaswegian, Nathan Patterson, somewhere running down the right wing, making all the Blues sing. Nathan Patterson. He was fantastic today. He was even overlapping Paul at the start of the game. Overlapping. I was like, who's that overlapping? I was getting muddled up with Patterson and McNeil because Patterson was in McNeil's positions. And Patterson's been really good, you know, like when he's been asked upon. Like, because, you know, when players have been benched and they've come on, they've let us down over this period, this AFCON period. A lot have let us down. Example, some of the centre midfielders, Arobinum, McNeil. We've been let down by many. But Patterson, I don't think he's played one bad game since he's been called up to cover the AFCON. He's played really well.
Yeah, Nathan Patterson, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did well against Forest. There was plenty of shouts for him to stay at right back. I think it was more because people didn't want O'Brien at right back. And then we kind of got the decision made for us with Keane pulling hair and getting a three-match ban for that. So things have worked out in that way. And it's almost played Moyes' hand in that he's had to do that. But everyone who played in the back four has made a really strong case for them to start against Leeds a week tomorrow, including Patterson. So
on the live watch, Paul, there was a Leeds fan on the live watch, and he was like, "We're going to batter you," and I goes, "Bring it on." This was before the game had even started. He goes, "You're crap at home, and we've got Calvert-Lewin. He's gonna smash goals in against you." And I was like, "Yeah, well, let's see then." And he come back on later on, and I goes, "What are you saying now? We beat Villa." And he goes, "We're still going to batter you." And I goes, "Well, bring it on then." And I really want to do Leeds now because it's very cocky. You know what I mean? I like to put the mouths, close that mouth, mate. You know what I mean? It's got me motivated, Paul. It's got me ready for that game, that Leeds game. We're not good with we had at home. So he was right, but I don't like him being right.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. They'll focus on Calvert-Lewin coming back, but he's up against Turkey. You know, so that'll be interesting. Exactly, he's not going to get an easy ride off anybody. Not going to get an easy ride off anyone. So chances are that either O'Brien, who's 10 foot tall, or Taki, who's strong enough to kick him into Rose Head, he'll certainly know about it. But this, I mean, us winning today has just been a massive uplift. We kind of expect not to get any points from this, and so then you kind of think, well, we've just lost against Villa, we let out the cup, we lost against Brentford, we drew against Wolves. Oh, it's all that kind of thing. But now we're going into that game against Leeds with a much better frame of mind, a stronger frame of mind.
No, a lot of people are literally saying to me like, "Oh, you're doing us a favour. Yes, thanks for this. You're stopping such and such from having a chance for fourth spot." And I'm thinking, I want fourth spot now, Paul. I'm thinking about that fourth spot. Let's get back on the charge ourselves. We're only 3 points off fifth. 3 points off fifth. It just breaks my heart that we've got there so many times and bottled it. But surely you can't keep doing that. Well, there we are.
No. I mean, these are the stats from today, and when you'd look at them, you'd think Villa would be Villa on the left. Obviously, you would be thinking that Villa would have been the team who'd won, especially 18 shots, all that possession, all that XG, if you like that. But when you look at big chances, I think there were more big chances actually than is being mentioned there. We had the one, and he dinked it in. I mean, tons of corners, but actually that was one thing that I noticed in the first half. I thought we set up far better at corners today than we have done in the last few weeks. They just looked better positioned. They seemed to know they were in those places early. Pickford was, I thought, a lot better on those and coming for those. There was a few punches that
he got in there. Do you know what I think, though? Do you know what I think? Like, when we play Jake O'Brien right back, we know we've got three big players in the box, and often because we've got like a lot of big players, Paul, I think they get lazy. Where if you've only got two big centre backs, Jake O'Brien and Tarkowski, they no need to switch on because Patterson's not big. So I believe, like, because when we freeze the clips of when we've conceded a header, you look at it and we've got two players doing nothing. And I feel that when we have only got two big headers of the ball, Tarkowski and O'Brien as centre backs, we're actually better at defending set pieces. And I think we was today. And I think that's the reason. I might be wrong. But I just think because Jake O'Brien's a big lad that plays right back, Paul, I think that they get lazy thinking that someone's going to head it, and then none of them do.
Yeah. Well, also as well, I think it was a good idea to keep our strikers away from the near post, which we seem to have a lot of. Teams do that a lot. But we seem stronger. A few different players were in there to head those away. Patterson at the near post as well. So maybe that just gave Pickford a little bit more control in being able to come across people. There was just one there. Scar was just asking about, do you think Garner was lucky to avoid his second yellow? Obviously, he got fouled. He got booked. I think it was for trying to get a touch on Buendia. Second half, was it second half? I think it was second half. And then Rodgers gets the ball and has a run through the middle. And then it looks at first as though Garner's sort of put two hands on Rodgers' back, pushed him forward. Rodgers can't believe that he hasn't got a foul, and they can't believe that Garner hasn't got booked. But I think what's happened is that Garner was very much like this as Rodgers runs through the middle. So he's not taking him down there because he definitely would have got another yellow, which would have been a red. But then as Rodgers has sort of gone to his left on the edge of the area, he's then checked back a little bit towards his right. So he's had to slow his speed down considerably. And I think Garner, who's right behind him, running behind him, has almost sort of just had to put his hands out because he's going into the back of him. I don't think it's been like that. So him coming forward, I think Rodgers has checked his run to come on the inside of Tarkowski, I think it was. And Garner's just had his two hands up, and it's looked pretty bad, but we kind of got away with it. On another day, it might not have gone that way. You know,
we've had many decisions that have been against us when it shouldn't have. So I think we're due one good one to go forward. But I do. When I looked at that, I didn't see the slow mo. But for me, it looked like James Garner did foul in Paul, but then the referee played the advantage, gone and let go of him, and then he went down himself trying to claim it later on. And I think that's why he didn't get a given, is because it literally. It was a foul at that point. Referee played the advantage and then he dived and went down and where he could have gone on. And I think the referee's probably thinking, I can't give it.
Maybe that's.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's where we got our luck then. Do you know what I mean? We didn't have our luck in the disallowed goal in the first half, but maybe that's where our luck was for the key part of the game.
There's loads on. Do hit that like and subscribe, people. Get behind the Toffee Blue Cast. Put a lot of effort into this to give you a platform to go come on after the game and talk to us, and we talk to you. We don't miss your comments either, so do get behind us. The channel's not pushing up on subscribers as much as we'd like, so please do hit the subscribe. It's free. So why not do that? I like this comment, Paul. Don't we just look so much more balanced playing players in their proper positions, i.e. Jake O'Brien, centre-back, and now, whether you rate Patterson or not, just him in his natural position. That's his trade. That's where he is. Just players in their actual positions. And I listened to a Jake O'Brien interview the other day, and he said, "I'm not a right back. It's harder for me to play there because I'm coming up against like smaller players that try to take you on, weavy players." And yeah, I agree. I completely agree. And I'm a bit gutted that we haven't been using Patterson as much as we should. What I am going to be frustrated about, though, look at it. She's funny.
Yes, tiny toffee.
She's funny.
Hey.
Yes. She is funny.
Hey, darling.
She's showing her teeth when she just come in. Say, Everton. Everton. Yeah. You never shine so brightly. Everton. Spirit of the Blues. You want the mic? Yeah? That top looks so cute. The goodies are on, doesn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
She knows how to switch the light on.
There's your lucky charm.
Well, I did that video, didn't I? Where I said, get ready for the game. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Looks at home with that TV control in her hand.
It's actually a light for the channel. You know what I mean?
Oh, is it?
I should knock the lighting off. Everton. Yeah, Everton. Yeah. Did we win? Yeah, we won 1-0, didn't we? Yeah, I did give her a big talk saying we've got to win today, and we did win, so maybe she is the lucky charm. Yeah, I am. Yeah, amazing, I know. Am I good? Look, there's Paul.
Oh.
Oh, yay! Wave back. Well done. Did you wave back? Did you say hello? Yeah. Blow and kiss. Go. Blow and kiss. Do kiss. Blow kiss. Go. I won't take that off you, but do kiss. Mwah. Do kiss. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, bless you. Bless you, Riley.
She's going to break the microphone.
Hey, Eiley, should we have a look at what ratings the players got?
Let's have a look. Yeah.
See what they got.
So take a look.
Whoa, there we go. That's big, isn't it? Have a little look at that. What do you think of them?
That's all right for us, isn't it? I think Merlin Roll could have got higher, to be fair. I don't see why he wouldn't have been on the sevens, Paul.
Yeah, I think seven to go is a bit high, but Rogers 5-9 for them. We're losing, missing a lot of chances. So look at the green on the back four. Probably a bit harsh on Mikalenko. I think he was.
Rogers got really frustrated.
He was probably as good as Patterson on the right hand side. So
a lot of fouls by Rogers at the end. We've knocked his rating down. She's quiet, isn't she? Should the keeper have got a bad rating? Should the keeper have got a bad rating with that one?
For their one, yeah, maybe. I think.
Oh, we didn't
in
even
terms
mention
of-
it. Oh my days, Paul! I've got to crop the video when I was doing the live watch. Jordan Pickford save again. What a save that was again. We didn't even say about that. Have we not? Yeah, Jordan Pickford. What a save. He's pulling these free willy saves out, Paul, where he's diving over top corners and stuff like that. What dives they are, mate. That's just... It was a good save, wasn't it? Yeah. Did you like Jordan Pickford's save? Yeah. It was good, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
That's better analysis than on the telly.
Right, say bye-bye then to everyone. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to Paul. Look at that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say up the toughest, baby. Say up them fucking toughest, baby. Look, she's got the light on the channel. You see, keep changing it. Look. She presses the light on the thing, look. Look, she thinks she's good.
She's part of the studio team.
Oh, she's got the control.
So would I, Scar.
Bye-bye.
I would as well.
There we go. Love you.
Oh,
she's buzzing.
He's awesome. I'll just I'll throw that back on for a moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah, even McNeil, I think he did. Apart from a lot of running round, I actually think that he had a decent game. He kept his position well. Generally kept the ball quite well. I think a lot of our short passes were better today than they've been in the last few games.
How did Cash get a 6.9?
Well, they're saying that from that, then they're saying Cash played better than Grealish, possibly.
Yeah, I know. And Grealish won the battle, in my opinion, down that side because we had a lot of joy down that left-hand side, I thought. The Mikalenko even had a shot on target. See that shot by Mikalenko?
Well, I don't know how they can give McGinn a 6-6. I think when he went off, they lost their battery, they lost their
talisman,
momentum, and the player who sort of urged them on a little bit higher up the pitch. So that played out well for us because I don't think they were the same then.
No, I completely agree with you. And at least they get Patterson a good mark. They agree with us, Tarkowski and Jake O'Brien. Decent. Like I said, a bit harsh on Merlin Roll, because I thought he was up there with Garner. Decent performance. McNeil, okay. Armstrong, a little bit harsh. I don't think Armstrong did out majorly wrong. It was just that I think Roll and Garner got more involved probably than Armstrong, Paul. Would you say there was a higher up as well, probably, would you say?
Yeah, Armstrong played that role in behind Barry. And it was more without the ball that they were effective. They were trying to usher Villa into particular areas of the pitch, instead of
I agree with Craig.
Thinking more about when we get the ball we can do this. Even Barry worked really hard defensively. There was no him sort of just lobbing about anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It was good. His forward play was better today because he was pushing the centre back one way. He was cutting out that pass across and leading them towards the full back, and then we were able to press that area. So then the ball and Villa play either goes back to Martinez or they play a ball forward into Rodgers or Watkins, and we defend it quite well. So the game plan, or what it seemed to be on the pitch, worked perfectly, really.
Looking at the comments coming in, I agree with you. We're looking at the comments coming in. I'm hoping Armstrong still gets into the team here. A few people, I think, Paul, worried. Lulu says she hopes that as well. Worried about whether Armstrong's going to lose his position once Garner comes back. There's going to be big questions for David. David Moyes has got... It's mad because if you would have said to us in the cup game, like, have any of these players done anything to earn a place, you'd say no. But I feel like this game they did. So I think like David Moyes has got a few questions now, because when Michael Keane comes back, that's a big question. Does Michael Keane get in? because I know he scores these random good goals every time, but I feel a lot more comfortable with Jake O'Brien centre back. I don't care who comes at me, by the way. And I ain't got nothing against Michael Keane. I just like a bit of speed in my centre backs. You know what I mean? I don't like to have two slow centre backs. Can't come at me too much for that because it just catches out. We play too deep. So you've got that question. And if you are playing Jake O'Brien centre back, who plays right back? Does Patterson get a chance right back? And there's big questions on the centre mids as well. Isn't the Paul all over? We know that's a big question.
But it's much better to have the choice, isn't it, than be forced. I mean, our best 2 games in the last 6 or 7 have been the Forest win away and then the win today. And we were kind of forced in both of those games to play a team, to put out an 11 that we didn't necessarily want to pick. You know, Roll wouldn't have started, I don't think, if Irabunum was available. You know, that kind of thing.
I wanted to.
Grealish was there. You know,
I wanted to see Asnu. I was gutted Asnu wasn't playing when your lineup come out.
Yeah.
I knew when you did your lineup, it's the obvious lineup to go for. You went what you think it would be. I went what I wanted it to be, and I wanted Asnu. I really did. And I was looking at Miniel on the right, and I was thinking, why didn't you just play Asnu there? But I did tweet after I put the lineup on X, Paul. I said, as long as we get the win, I don't care whether I've got what I want. I just want us to win. And it shuts everyone up when you get the win, doesn't it? Moyes, that's the thing about David Moyes. He does give you what you want sometimes, doesn't he? Like in the result-wise. Like he doesn't lose for a long time, does he? He gets you back on track pretty quick, doesn't he, Paul? Like...
Yeah, well, can do. I'd never put Moyes, or what it seems to be, I never put Moyes in that bracket of Lampard, Dyche, you know, the other lads who went 13 or 14 games winning 1. You know, I just, you know, could never see, and that never happened when he was with us beforehand. Even in the season when, you know, we finished 4th from bottom, and thankfully we didn't get rid of him.
I just
even
feel
in
like
that season, I don't think we went 14 games with 1 win. You know, it wasn't as dire as that. So yeah, he just wouldn't let that happen, I don't think. And because of the resources maybe we've got now that we haven't had before, then there's even less chance, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I hope we ain't coasting. We're not going to lose 20 on the bounce now, but I agree with you. I just, Moyes' you can tell Moyes' attitude, he's got a resilience anyway. If something goes wrong, he'll try and identify it. And he'll, like you said, on the corners, we looked a little bit better today. I think Moyes does get, he's old school, and he's an old school manager where I think he does breathe football, Moyes. Whether you like him or not, he's been in the game that long that it's what he does. He's been in the game for so long. And I think everywhere Moyes has been, he's always labelled himself as a certain thing. And now he still labels himself as that guy that can get mid-table and push Europa League if he gets the chance. And that's where he wants to be with us.
Yeah. I think that's the difference between Moyes, though, and your Danches and your Sams and those ones. They never stepped out of their comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? They didn't go abroad when they ended up getting a big job. They just treated it like all the other jobs that they'd had. And it's very different. Moyes obviously took on the United job. It didn't go well, but he goes out to Spain, you know, and goes through that and had a relatively not successful. It wasn't a successful time, but it wasn't an absolute failure for him. He was out there for a little while and learned a lot more about the game. And then, you know, he spent time doing other things, and then obviously going here and there between West Ham, successful in Europe, and then thankfully he's come back, and he just puts him on a different level than all the other old school managers. You know, he's got more about him than that.
When you think about it,
Roy asked, would you extend Moyes' contract or go down a different route? At the moment, I would keep him. I'm not sure when the contract is. The contract isn't up for another 2 years, is it? 2.5 years.
It's up tomorrow, Paul.
To what? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
You're on the blower. And Scar says that Hammers have been terrible since they've left. I mean, not just terrible. West Ham are in proper.
That was a lucky goal by Callum Wilson. I don't care what anyone says. Lucky goal by Callum Wilson. Lucky goal. I don't want him back. What you just said there, I was like trying to jump onto what you were saying, because when you think about it, Dyche got that one-off Europa League with Burnley. Fair play, because Burnley didn't have the best team anyway. But if you remember to when we did used to have Moyes, he used to have us 5th, 6th position 3 seasons in a row, 4 seasons in a row. He was continuously getting us consistently around with not the best budget or best players. You know what I mean? Continuously because it was a strong league back then, getting us around that 5th, 6th spot. So we know from back in the day, Moyes can continuously push you around Europa League football. He can. We've seen him do it with West Ham as well. He had them around that as well. So Moyes, for me, if I was to think what is Moyes, he's a manager that can be mid-table and get you around Europa League football. What is Dyche? Dyche is a manager that can keep you up. And I'm not being harsh in saying that. I just think that's how I think about Dyche. He's a manager that will just keep you in the league and battle you and keep you up. So that's a big step up in it, Paul, from Dyche to David Moyes. And I think once Moyes, I don't feel he's accomplished getting us to Europa League. I think he's got to get us to Europa League 1-2 seasons, and then we might get a new manager. Do you know what I mean? But I think once, as we learned last time, Moyes builds our squad to a Europa League standard, we'll be in good hands to go to someone else. Like we wasn't. Who did we get after Moyes? Moyes left us with a good team, didn't he, when he went to Man U, I think. And I think he'll do that again.
Yeah. Well, Martinez came in after Moyes left. I just won the cup with Wigan, but Wigan got relegated. And the first season we had Martinez was brilliant. It was different, you know. It was a different kind of play. It was more sort of ball retention, as your kind of Arteta Pep scenario, which can work with some teams and doesn't work with others. But we had some decent ball players there. And then you throw the likes of Lukaku in the mix, and you've got a focal point which did as well for a few years. So, yeah, I think Moyes then going away and coming back, he's not just sat on it. You know, he's not just sort of think, oh yeah, I've got my name. I don't have to grow as a manager. I don't have to, you know, think of ideas, and it'll be fine. That's Dyche. That's Dyche. There's a way of playing. You know, it's all back to basics and all that bollocks.
Yeah, brilliant.
But Moyes has got a bit more about him, and I don't think he's a Ancelotti or anything like that. But
better.
I think he'll do as well with us as Ancelotti did. And I think with 1 or 2 resources, I think he can get us back to where he had us for the majority of his time the first time.
This is going to be the problem, though. Come up now in the comments. Me personally, I do want, I know that Branthwaite and Jake O'Brien are our future centre-backs, and they will be the best. And I do want Jake O'Brien to play. Jake O'Brien, I was calling him earlier on the live watch. Jake O'Brien, baby. He's a beast today. Well, Jake O'Brien was incredible today. But then I feel sorry for Tarkowski, because I feel like he does put some good blocks in, and we might miss him a little bit, because he's a little bit of a... Sometimes when you've got to grind it out, he does get those headers in, Tarkowski. It's going to be hard. I wouldn't like to pick it. And I know some people have got a good your love, like Kino. And he has been incredible. But for me, I don't care who comes at me. I will admit that Michael Keane plays better with David Moyes, but never in a million years would I be picking Michael Keane over Jake O'Brien, Branthwaite, and Tarkowski. I just wouldn't. And I know I might be on my own on that, but you're the same.
No. Well, I think what'll happen is what we wanted in the first place. I think the 4 centre backs that we've got, being Tarkowski and Branthwaite and O'Brien and Keane will end up being 4th choice again. You know, the question at the moment for me would be, if Branthwaite is fit and O'Brien's fit, we kept a clean sheet today. We keep a clean sheet against Leeds, and there's those 2 lads. I know, you know, Branthwaite's fit. Do you change, or do you wait until it goes a little bit dodgy and then change? You know, So, but they're nice. They're nice decisions to have to make. It's not Christ. We've got to.
Sometimes we say that though, Paul. Sometimes they are nice decisions, and we say competition is good, but it isn't for us. Sometimes I feel sometimes competition messes us up because it can affect the players. Because you go and drop Jake O'Brien now, he'll lose that confidence that he's built up. So I think our players, I don't think sometimes don't suit competition. Do you know what I mean? I think they play better without the bloody competition.
Yeah,
we always do that. They're not good in the head to be good on the bench and still stay strong. It feels like they need get games to keep the confidence up. Do you know where I'm coming from?
there'll be an amount of time that's ideal. You don't want someone with no competition at all, and staying in there all the time because they sort of rest on the laurels a little bit.
Yeah,
and they end up not putting in maybe the extra effort that they would do if they know that someone actually, if I don't get an 8 in my rating, then such and such is going to be taking over me, and I might not get in after that. So these lads who have got someone coming back from injury or back from a competition, play in their position, they've got to step up, and they did do against Forest. They didn't carry that on as such against Brentford or Sunderland or Wolves, but today was the time that they did. So Roll dug in and did a decent job. McNeil, I know he's kind of played the last few games anyway, but he was better today. Armstrong, I thought, was good defensively. Patterson obviously keeps doing what he's doing. And Jake O'Brien in the centre with Tarks. So, yeah.
Danny and Emma, we are coming to an end of the show, people. And there's been loads on, so it's been really good. We are coming to an end, but Danny and Emma have said they want Calvert-Lewin back. Would you get Calvert-Lewin back, Paul, to replace Calvert-Lewin?
It's not
Emma's
quite what they're saying.
Calvert-Lewin back, and Danny's just said, literally, Emma says we've replaced all the players that we replaced. Gay with Gay, Digne with Digne. And then she just went on to say, Emma says she wants Calvert-Lewin back to replace Calvert-Lewin, if I've read that correctly.
Yeah, I won't put up the next comment that she put, but I don't think that's enough thinking. Yeah, very good.
I'm joking. Of course you didn't. You can see what comments you put, so you'll know that I've just had a little bit of a joke on her there, to be fair. I think they're having a laugh, Dan. I know they are. I would like to wind people up in the comments a little bit in our own little funny way. But yeah, Thierry Barry, that's a good goal. He started scoring now, isn't it? That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how they go in. He started putting a little bit of a tally together now. I'm not sure how many goals he's got, but it's probably like 3 in the last 5 or something, into it, something like that.
He's got 3. He's got 3 in the last 4 Premier League games, and he scored 4 overall.
Yeah, it's not bad, then, is it? That's all you can do in it, Paul. You've got to try and put something to build on.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I did see, it's him, Dewsbury Hall, and someone else, and I can't remember who it is, who were all on 4. It's not Beto, obviously.
Do you know what? I forgot. We just said we've got Illiman and Jai and Branthwaite and Garner Gates come back. I forgot we've got Dewsbury Hall to come back as well, I don't know how I forgot it, because he's absolutely insane with Jack Grealish. Yeah. When this is what I said, right, we are 3 points off 5th position. If we win our next game, we could be 5th or around 5th. I don't know. Depends how results go. Of course, we probably won't be 5th, but we'll be around it. If we can get ourselves, say, 7th or 6th for when we've got these players back, I think these players will take care of us. You know what I mean? We'll just say, you know what? You've been away. We've struggled, but we've gave you the shit back. And we're going to let you sail it now in 7th position. And I'll tell you something. If you've got Illiman and Jai, Garner Gay, Dewsbury Hall, and Branthwaite sailing that ship, you've got some Champions League players in that ship, I tell you. And I'm excited to see where that goes, Paul. I really am. Because luckily, bad results haven't affected us that much, because there's been a lot of other bad results. But it's not doom and gloom as we thought, I think.
Yeah, it's been quite used up, and it's a weird league, and it this year's a weird league. There's lots of draws. There's lots of teams you would have thought would have done better who aren't doing as good. So it's kind of given that concertina feeling to to the league table. I mean, here it is.
Someone earlier
That's
on,
where it
I
is.
said,
That's
said we
where it
should
is
have
at the
won earlier
moment.
on, Paul, and someone said no game's easy, and they're probably right because we're seeing a lot of teams get. So who was it that someone drew against Burnley? I can't remember who it was, Paul. Someone drew against Burnley as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, missed a penalty as well. I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? One thing I will say is I did watch before our game, the Wolves game, and Wolves ain't that bad, They are actually quite good. They're getting better. Like they was actually good against Newcastle. That young lad that scored against us, he's really good. But
Mane.
yeah, when I watched Wolves play and I watched them against Newcastle, I thought, you know what, our result wasn't actually that bad. And the same with Burnley as well. We was disappointed in that, weren't we? But then you think, you know what, we should have won, but it wasn't that bad, was it, Paul? Like I thought we lost I thought we got bad results against crap teams, but I don't think they was crap as I thought.
Well, they've turned out not to be as bad. I mean, you think if we had and all that sort of stuff, that would be an extra 4 points. Extra 4 points, 36 puts us joint fourth or fifth. Actually, puts us fifth on goal difference.
Position.
But you can do a lot of that. If you kind of look at, I'm not sure whether I've actually got. I'll have to see if I can get up our fixtures. To be fair, just give us a moment.
We're only like, what are we on? 32, yeah? We're only 1 point off Brentford, and when we play Brentford, they act like they was going to win the league. Bloody hell, you're only 1 point away from us. Calm down, Brentford. You know what I mean? We'll catch you back up. I did say that when the Brentford commentators was giving it large. I said, you might have beat us now, but we'll be coming back after you. I said that. We'll be coming back after you. And looking at that table, Paul, Brentford will be below us soon. I'm telling you. Going to sort a couple of these out. Sort Leeds out. Sort Brentford out.
Yeah, well, we've got a chance. I mean, I'll show you the next. I'll show you what we've got coming up in a moment.
Are you trying not to get yourself as excited as me because of all these come downs we've had to have?
Well, I was watching the game with my dad, and he said, "So pessimistic." When we scored, I thought, "Brilliant, we've scored," but we still had ages to go. I said, "Oh, you're so pessimistic." I said, "No, I'm just an Everton fan who's of the last 48 years." So yeah, shoot me.
A lot of scars, man. A lot of scars being an Everton fan.
There's been a lot. There's been a lot of scars.
A lot of scars and balls are showing. And we've all had it. You know what I mean? Emma was ready to burn her top the other day. We've all been through it together. That's a good thing about this channel. She had literally had the lighter, and then Paul was like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!" We've all been through it, but we always get back up. You know what I mean? It ain't about how hard you get hit; it's about how hard you get hit and get back up. You know what I mean? And keep moving forward. And that's
these are the fixtures. So Leeds next, Brighton away after that. Week after that, we're away at Fulham. And when you sort of look at us and you say, "Oh, we're away there and we're away there," in the past it's been, "Christ, we're away." Well, we're not going to get any points off that. But
I want to be away.
This season, we've just beaten Villa. We beat Bournemouth and got rid of that monkey off our back. Same at United as well. One away at Forest again. So,
I just want to be away every game. I want to be away every game.
Like we showed before anyone who missed it. That's the away form table. We're fifth in that.
Yeah.
So we're pretty. We're doing pretty good. 17 points out of 11 games off that. So I'd say don't be afraid if we're going away from home. We've got a cracking support as well. Always loud, always heard. So it's key. And then after Fulham, we have Bournemouth at home, United at home. So there's a lot. I mean, there's the funny thing will be, I think, that most of our games are going to be Monday nights or midweeks or this, that, and the other. I don't think we have a Saturday one for a little while, from what I read online. So maybe the odd one or two.
Yeah, the comments are flooding in still. Our ups and downs of being a Blue. Spurs was in second place back then. Did you hear fans singing Tiano Barry? I put. Let me just go up a minute. Where's that one? There it is. Did you hear fans singing Tiano Barry? I put on Channel Villa game today. Did you hear that, Paul?
I don't know if it did. I might well have done. They didn't stop singing. But fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? He's a week after the debacle against Sunderland. He took his chance to try and turn people's feelings around, and I think he probably did that today. It's up to Beto to do the same when he gets the next chance, if he gets the next chance.
It's going to be interesting. Some people said, "Would you earlier on? Would you still get a striker now?" And yeah, I would definitely still get a striker because we need options.
Yeah,
we need options. I thought Tiano Barry did his job and stuff like that, but you all seen Tiano Barry blowing out his horse freaking at the end when we had to bring Beto on from. He's finished. You need two strikers in this league, especially playing for Everton, because you know for a fact that we're going to make you run everywhere, because sometimes we don't know what we're doing and we just whack it up to you. So we definitely need as many strikers as we can. It is the end of the show. We've had plenty of people come and go and loads of people on. I think the score's 0-0. Senegal at the minute, from what I've heard in the comments, 0-0. No Iliman and Jai shout out. So I think it'll be an edgy game. I know they've got Hakimi, who's a really good defender, so I could see that going all the way, Paul. I think it'll be an edgy game. Flash score, Senegal. Let's have a look before we go. If I look now, do you think Iliman and Jai
to win as well?
As a look?
Yeah, they would be on such a high if they win when they come back. Do you know what I mean? So really hope that they get it.
It's only half time. I thought it was nearly done.
No, it was 7 o'clock kickoff, wasn't it? So they're about to start the second half, I'd imagine.
I didn't even know this. There's two players called Gay, Paul. There's two players called Gay.
Two of them.
I Gay, so Idrissa gone again. There's P Gay, someone else, whoever he is.
Is that the Senegal equivalent of Smith?
Excuse me as a commentator, that would. Yeah, Senegal's got two players, same name. I wouldn't know what I'm doing there. Yeah, 0-0, people. Right, that is the end of the show anyway. I've just chucked my phone on the floor, so it's the end of my phone as well. Hope you're all having a boss. We can celebrate now. We can celebrate. I've been doing that. I've been doing that challenge where I have to sing a song every day. And I thought to myself, if I go and sing last week when Everton lost, I thought, I can't go and sing a song after Everton have lost. It's going to have to be something that's angry or something like that. The song is going to have to be an angry song because Everton have just lost. And we've won. I can do what I want now. I can sing all day. You know what I mean? It's just such a better feeling when we win. And if you can beat a team like Aston Villa that needed to win to go second place, if you can beat them, then we are basically in second place. That's how it works. So beating Aston Villa puts us in second place now, Paul, because we just beat them. We're better than them, and they would have been second place. So all we need to do now is just beat Arsenal, and that puts us top of the league. That's how it works, people. You're only as good as your last game. So at the minute, we're better than Aston Villa, and look where Aston Villa are in the league. Up the top is everyone. Go and have a boss one, and we'll see you again next game. We'll get you ready for it. That's what we always do. We fight with all of them. I told you we'd beat Villa. I said it. What score did you say, Paul?
I said 1-1, so I thought I was odds on.
Done ya. All those big wins. Paul's been really positive, by the way. Normally he's quite strict on his results, edgy. And the first time I think it got to him, he's just like, you know what? I've done wins every week against hard teams. Now I'm actually going to be 1-1. And then it got him. It caught him out. You gutted.
Yeah, so gutted.
No, he isn't. We won. We're all happy. Up the top is everyone. Have a boss one. And I'm not going over the top and saying we're going to win the league, am I?
Pretty much. So get used to it, everybody.
Everton, aren't we? You know what I mean? Paul said at the start of the season, this is a lucky season for us with all these history facts and all that. So we're going to do it. It's going to be the one.
There we go. Enjoy, everyone.
Have a boss.
Enjoy.
Treat yourself to anything up the top.